March 18th, 5 o'clock, the BEDC is called to order. At this time, the board is going to convene into closed session to discuss the following. Section 551.071, consultation with attorney real estate. Section 551.172, deliberation about the purchase, exchange, lease, or value of real property, Project Bronze Star and 921 Main Street, and Section 551.074, deliberation regarding economic development negotiations, Project Bronze Star and 921 Main Street. It's 5:55, and we're reconvening, and at this time, are there any public comments? No public comments, so let's get on to regular business. 3.1, approval of meeting minutes of Bastrop EDC regular board meeting of February 25th, 2019.
Make a motion to accept the minutes.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
All those approve?
Aye.
Not approve? For some reason, I'm drawing a blank here. It passes. Moving right along. 3.2, acceptance of the Bastrop's EDC financial summary report for period ending February 28th, 2019.
All right, real quick summary of revenues and expenses. You can see we're down again, but again, much of this is from an extra person on staff and some things not lining up. We learned today that all of the budget transfers that I presented to you in February have gone through, so this should start to correct itself as we move forward, and we should be in much better shape as we move forward on the expense, on the variance side of things. Anyway, thank you so much. Sales tax revenue still down, but much less. And actually, since then, we've gotten a report since the February numbers that show us up again. So the trend of 2 months down, March, we will see a positive number in that column moving forward. So that's good. But as you can see, we're still okay and positive on the year. So we're still doing fine on revenue. It doesn't worry me. Expenditures budget to actual. Again, I can go through this, but you can see again the main issue is the personnel, which we've already addressed we've addressed all these issues last time. The occupancy, again, it's a timing issue with our rent and when our financials are hit, so that will continue in there. But otherwise, you'll see these numbers change drastically next month as the actual FY 2019 numbers are adjusted, so that 34,160 will go away. Capital outlay projects, not much of a difference except for Agnes continues. We had another big hit, so we're moving right along. Agnes is scheduled to be done in May, so we're excited about that. As an update, while I'm talking about Agnes, on Agnes 2, or the Agnes Gap, whatever you want to call it, we did get a favorable first response from the EDA, so we being the BDC in the city, mainly this will move forward with a full application for the Agnes Gap. So as that becomes more real, we'll come back and allocate that $300,000 for that road. In the meantime, we're getting everything ready because we did get a favorable first response from EDA, so it's a really, really positive chance. Business Park Industrial, we've reached an agreement with the county, so we will start working on an interlocal agreement between BEDC, the city of Bastrop, and Bastrop County to get that road under construction as soon as we possibly can. So that one is now finally the log jam is done and we'll move forward. Trail system, I mentioned last month, we have reached pretty much where we need to be on that. We're in good shape and we'll start, that project is ongoing. We expect construction to begin in August, so that is also moving forward. So everything is moving forward in a timely manner now. It's very good to see. The fund, this is our fund balance starting at $5 million. Then you can see what we project at the end, what we're projected to be at the end of the year. So a positive balance, 2.7 million in the fund balance, and then a reserve 25% of our operating expense. So not much has changed. We're doing fine on the budget. And again, now it's only much better on the budget moving forward for the rest of the fiscal year. And then that's our debt obligation, which really doesn't change all that much from month to month, unless we issue more debt. Any questions?
Any questions? Sam?
Make a motion to accept the financials?
Second.
Those approve? Against? It passes. 3, consideration and discussion of possible action on Resolution R 2019-0004, authorizing the executive director to enter into a professional services agreement with a marketing service firm.
So we had planned to do this last month, but we waited because we ran into a little bit of a hiccup, but we have chosen, I thought there was a slide for that. Was there one? Interesting. In any case, it's Ramey, right? We're going to go with Ramey Marketing and PR. Their biggest client right now is the state of Mississippi. And if you're looking at anything economic development, which I know you all are in your free time, right now, the state of Mississippi is doing a fantastic job with their marketing and PR. Everything about the look, what they're doing, their whole slogan is Mississippi is. So Mississippi is this, Mississippi is that, Mississippi is whatever they want Mississippi to be. It's a great slogan. They did a great job, and they're winning projects like Toyota and Mazda, that big billion-plus one went to Mississippi, right? They're getting a ton of great PR in Mississippi about everything they're doing. So this company, also who other clients are Entergy, Viking and Wolf, refrigerators, stoves, all that. So they have some really great brands, and their proposal was great. Their principals of their company would be directly working with us on our PR and marketing that we want to do. If you guys allow us to do it, the cost is right on par with what we wanted to do with DCI. Moving forward, phase 1, which would be understanding and developing a first phase plan of marketing. How do we get a marketing plan discussed, and how do we launch it? And then if we wish, after that plan is set, we can continue to contract them on a retainer basis moving forward to help with our marketing as we go forward. We don't have to, but we'll certainly see part of this plan will be for us to execute, and we can decide whether or not that's enough. Is that what we need to do? Or do we want them to help generate earned media and such as we move forward? It'll just depend on what's in that plan and how much that cost will be. But we can evaluate that at the end of the first phase. We'd like them to be on board to start soon so they can be part of our strategic plan process, sit in on those meetings, listen to the people at Bastrop as they talk to our strategic plan consultants, and hear what the community is saying and learn about the community during that process and kind of get a 2-for-1 deal as we're bringing people together anyway. And so that's why we're bringing it to you now, is to enter into this agreement with them for a phase 1 marketing plan. Yes, Mayor?
Can you spell it?
R-A-M-E-Y? R-A-M-E-Y.
Thank you.
Can you share a little bit about your vision of what this might look like and why they are a good fit for
Sure.
that type of vision?
So they specialize in economic development. Sure, they have some companies as well, but they have a couple, not just Mississippi, but a few other ones that are also economic developments. They know what they're doing with economic development. They know what businesses and business services companies want to hear when they're looking at a place to move or expand. So I think what they do is in line with what we want. The goal is to help get perspective about what is great about Bastrop. We all think we know, or you just take it for granted that you know. But when you have somebody else come in and talk to people and understand how we fit in with Austin MSA as a secondary market, they know how to prop us up. So we want to get a good messaging out there, control the narrative about Bastrop, telling people what we want them to know about Bastrop, the good things about us, so that we can get placements in prominent publications and really elevate. Right now we're here. We're sometimes in the ABJ, we're sometimes in the Statesman, sometimes we're in the Advertiser. How do you get consistently in the ABJ? How do you get sometimes into a Dallas Morning News? How do you then get into maybe the Wall Street Journal? And how do you climb that ladder? They have the contacts, they have the wherewithal to get us from Statesman to the ABJ and move all the way up into national publications. It takes time. It takes good stories. But we think we have good stories. We have something to sell. We have something to tell. And this company will help us, at the very least, with this marketing firm, and for the first phase of it, determine what we need to do to begin climbing that ladder. Earned media is where it's at. Advertising can work, but if you can get in the Wall Street Journal and someone reads about you, that's when you start to see things move. It's how much? $60,000 for this first phase, which we were looking at another company. They were going to be 70. So actually, this is this is better than we anticipated for about 7 months worth of work. So is how you can look at it. And we wouldn't renew the contract and put them on a retainer until next fiscal year.
And is this in line with what we'd budgeted for?
Yes, sir. This was taken into account with the budget transfers.
Any other questions? How long have they been around?
Quick Google. Sorry, we had a slide and it didn't make it in. I apologize. No, it's okay. We don't need to speak why it's not there.
That was actually my fault. It's in the packet, but I thought it was in your updates.
Oh.
So something just pulled this out. And that was
Aha.
There
Why
we
Ramey?
go. Why Ramey?
There you go. So the phase 1 scope of work, brand journey, brand story development, market communications plan development. At that time, we can decide, can we do this ourselves, or do we want them to continue to help us do it? So that's what we're doing, but $60,000.
Great. Any other questions? Do I have a motion?
85. They were founded in 1985.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'll move that we approve resolution R 2019-0004.
Second.
All those approve? Against? Motion passes. On 3.4, update, EDC staff activities. Mike?
Perfect. So events we've attended since last board meeting. I attended City Council, provided an update on the 26th. Just so you know, we will be going to a quarterly update to City Council. I went to the Texas EDC investor meeting on March 4th where Governor Abbott spoke. Texas had just won the Governor's Cup, which means we're the best in economic development for the 7th straight year, I believe, or 8th, 7th or 8th. Anyway, it's pretty impressive. Went to chamber luncheon. Jean went to the best leadership class where the discussion that day was about economic development. So she sat there with our companions from Bastrop County and Elgin and Smithville. Myself, Jean, and Fallon, we all went to South by for March 11th through 13th. South by Southwest Interactive. I want to be clear, it was the interactive portion of South by Southwest. Fallon, I think, learned a lot I think she got a lot out of it. We did stop by the booth and check that out for Bastrop County. We will be participating in South by with the booth. I think we have a really good angle, and I think, again, a marketing and communications company helping us with that. I think we can really knock it out of the park next year if we participate with the county. So we will be doing that next year, so stay tuned. And then today, we attended the Seton Ascension Top Out Luncheon. So Seton Hospital had their topping out ceremony today, so that is going along just great. So there's some stuff about South by that we saw. I mean, there's just, if you've never been to Interactive, it's almost too much. So this certainly does not encapsulate everything that we saw, but it's always eye-opening and always fascinating to understand what's going on in technology and where it's heading. It's pretty remarkable. We did win 2018 Economic Excellence Award from TEDC this year. So what that means is TEDC, 5 years in a row now, we've gotten it. So we're catching up to the Governor's Cup. It just means we're doing it the right way. And so it's something that we can tout as, a feather in our cap that we're running this organization as it should be run, and this is something that holds us accountable beyond our board. So good job, staff, for continuing to do it the right way. The business activity matrix, In February, we had 10 out-of-region visits. Sources of leads were only 2 in the month, so we're up to 21 for the year, and you can see how those break down. Follow-up requests, we did have 1 new prospect visit in February, bringing the year's total up to 5, and we continue to wait for that elusive announcement, but we're working on it. Business retention expansion, none in February. It was a busy month with other things, and some vacation also hit that time, so we will, actually there's 6 there, I'm looking at 2018, so there's 6. So it was actually a very busy month. I apologize, I gotta look at the right column. 2019 year to date, 23 total engagements, that's 17 in-person visits, and then you can see the other breakdown. So we continue to have, our BRE program continues to expand and do more, and we're gonna continue to do that. Leads by industry, so we're looking back at the 21 on the year, breaks out in this way. Almost 4,100 jobs, almost 4 million square feet in investment, and $1.5 billion in investment, free space. And you can still see very much manufacturing, which we expect, but still some of those other ones are creeping in there. It's becoming more diverse as the fiscal year continues. So I'm really actually pretty happy with that pie chart. We'll continue to track this on an annual basis so we can see how we're trending. Website analytics, we have 1,300 unique users, so it continues to grow. I'm really hopeful that the new videos we're producing, all that is driving more traffic. Fallon's doing a much better job than we ever have on social media. I think that's helping a lot too. So again, we're tracking all this so that we have baselines as we hire this new PR firm. We can look ahead and look back. Users visiting website, not much has changed. Still Illinois, California, Virginia, and New York. I like 3 out of those 4, so that's great. We'll continue to target Facebook ads and stuff to those states. Social engagements, you can see we're still up. Last month in January, we thought it was because of our video is why we had the boost, but you can still see it's still quite a bit higher, and so we're maintaining that, which is great to see. That's the newest one. We'll be launching that next week, next Tuesday. So we'll do another thing like we did last time. So product updates. I told you about Agnes 921. Its first phase of remediation is complete. We'll still market through Stone Cobalt for the foreseeable future. The downtown trail mentioned in August technology, we're moving forward. So with that, that is my update.
Any questions? Great job on the robotics. Terrific. Really, really, really great. Very inspirational. With that, any other questions? Anything else? Then we're adjourned. Thank you very much. It is 6:16.